Hello and welcome. Before we begin, let me ask you a simple but very important question. Have you been hearing about new payments starting around January 17th and wondering if this could finally bring a little financial relief to you or someone you care about? If so, you are not alone. Many seniors across the country are asking the same thing, and today we are going to walk through this together, calmly, clearly, and without unnecessary confusion. My name is Sarah, and I want you to know right from the start that this conversation is meant to inform, not alarm you. There has been a lot of noise lately. Headlines, social media posts, and word of mouth have created stress for many older Americans, especially those living on fixed incomes. When money is tight, even small uncertainty can feel overwhelming. That is why it is so important to separate what is confirmed from what is still being discussed and what simply is not true. If you depend on Social Security retirement benefits, Supplemental Security Income, Social Security disability insurance, veterans benefits, or a pension, this update is especially relevant to you. Rising prices for everyday necessities like groceries, housing, utilities, and medical care have been weighing heavily on seniors. Many retirees have shared that their monthly checks do not stretch the way they used to. This pressure has not gone unnoticed. Lawmakers and federal agencies are under continued pressure to explore ways to provide targeted financial relief to older adults and people with disabilities. This brings us to the topic that so many people are asking about. Are new stimulus-style payments really starting in mid-January, specifically around January 17th? The short answer is that certain payments are scheduled to begin processing around that time, but they are not the same for everyone, and they are not universal checks. First, it helps to understand what people mean when they use the word stimulus in early 2026. This is not the same situation we saw during the pandemic years, when nearly everyone received large nationwide stimulus checks. Today's relief efforts are more targeted. They are designed to help specific groups who are most affected by rising costs, especially seniors, people with disabilities, and low-income households. These payments may not always be officially called stimulus checks. Instead, they can appear as one-time relief payments, cost of living support, supplemental assistance tied to existing benefits, or state-level programs that work alongside federal systems. The purpose is the same: to provide temporary financial relief during a time when expenses have risen faster than incomes for many people. One of the most reassuring things for seniors to hear is this: in most cases, you do not need to apply separately for these payments if you already receive federal benefits. Eligibility is usually based on information the government already has on file. That includes your Social Security record, your SSI or SSDI status, or your tax information from prior years. This is done intentionally to reduce paperwork, prevent delays, and protect older adults from scams. Now let's talk about why January 17th keeps coming up. This date is tied to processing timelines for certain relief payments and supplemental programs. It does not mean that everyone will receive money on that exact day. Instead, it marks the beginning of payments for a defined group of eligible recipients. From there, payments may continue to roll out over the days and weeks that follow. For Social Security retirement beneficiaries, your regular monthly payment schedule remains the same. Payments are still based on your birth date. However, some individuals may see an additional deposit or adjustment connected to cost of living relief or state-administered programs. These extra payments are often processed in mid-January, which is why that date is appearing in official timelines. For those receiving Supplemental Security Income, January is always an important month. SSI payments are usually issued at the very beginning of the month. When special supplements or emergency assistance programs are approved, those payments are often sent separately. Some SSI recipients may see additional support appear after the middle of the month, depending on eligibility and program approval. Social Security disability insurance recipients are also part of these discussions. SSDI payments follow a schedule similar to retirement benefits based on birth dates. If you receive SSDI and meet certain income or eligibility criteria, you may qualify for additional relief payments that are processed alongside or shortly after your regular benefit. Veterans receiving VA benefits should also pay attention. While VA payments are handled through a different system, there is coordination when special relief programs are approved. Some older or disabled veterans, as well as surviving spouses, may see additional payments or credits reflected in January. Timing can vary depending on benefit type and state of residence. A very common concern among seniors is whether any action is required. In most cases, if you already receive benefits and your information is up to date, payments are automatic. There is no separate application, no phone call to make, and no form to fill out. This is an important safeguard. It reduces stress and helps protect seniors from fraudulent schemes. That said, it is always wise to double-check your direct deposit information. If you have changed banks, closed an account, or recently switched from paper checks to direct deposit, delays can occur. Keeping your information current helps ensure that any payments reach you without unnecessary problems. Another important question is whether these payments count as income. For Social Security recipients, one-time relief payments generally do not count as earned income and typically do not reduce your monthly benefit. For SSI recipients, special rules apply, but many relief payments are excluded from income calculations for a certain period. This allows recipients time to use the money for essential needs without immediate fear of benefit reductions. Taxes are another concern. Historically, stimulus-style relief payments have not been considered taxable income at the federal level. Current guidance continues to follow this pattern. Still, it is a good habit to keep records of any extra payments you receive, especially if you file taxes or receive help with tax preparation. It is very important to pause here and address rumors. Not every headline or online post reflects an official decision. Payments beginning around January 17th are tied to specific programs and eligibility rules. They are not guaranteed checks for everyone. Understanding this helps set realistic expectations and reduces unnecessary anxiety. Now let's talk more about eligibility, because this is where clarity really matters. Eligibility usually depends on three main factors: the type of benefit you receive, your income level, and sometimes your household situation. Seniors receiving Social Security retirement benefits may qualify if their income falls below certain thresholds. These thresholds are designed to focus assistance on those who rely primarily on monthly benefits rather than other income sources. SSI recipients are often prioritized in relief programs because SSI is specifically designed for individuals with very limited income and resources. If you receive SSI, you may see additional support either as a separate payment or as a supplement sent after your regular deposit. SSDI recipients may also qualify, especially those who have seen their purchasing power decline due to rising costs. Relief payments for SSDI are often processed through the same systems as retirement benefits, which helps avoid delays. For veterans, eligibility depends on the type of VA benefit and whether the individual qualifies under income-based programs. Older veterans, disabled veterans, and surviving spouses are often included in relief efforts. Payment amounts can vary. These payments are meant to provide temporary help, not long-term income replacement. Some seniors may receive a few $100s, while others may receive smaller supplemental amounts. Even modest payments, however, can make a meaningful difference when used for groceries, prescriptions, or utility bills. It is also important to remember that some relief programs are administered at the state level. This means not every senior in every state will receive the same amount or receive it at the same time. Payments may begin on a date like January 17th, but continue rolling out afterward. During this period, it is wise to monitor your bank account or mailbox carefully. Relief payments may appear under a different description than your regular benefit. If you receive paper checks, delivery may take longer, especially during winter months. Unfortunately, this is also a time when scams increase. Please remember this clearly. Government agencies do not call, text, or email asking for your social security number, bank details, or money to release a payment. Anyone claiming they can speed up your payment or guarantee eligibility is not legitimate. Receiving extra money may raise concerns about other assistance programs. In many cases, one-time relief payments are excluded from income calculations for programs like housing or food assistance for a certain period. Keeping documentation is always a good idea. Planning how to use any extra funds can also help reduce stress. Many seniors prioritize overdue bills, medical expenses, or essential repairs. Others choose to set aside a small emergency cushion. There is no right or wrong choice, only what best supports your stability. As January continues, more updates may be announced. Staying informed without becoming overwhelmed is key. Reliable information tends to be calm, detailed, and consistent, not dramatic or urgent. To close, here is what truly matters. Payments beginning around January 17th are real for certain eligible seniors, but they are targeted, not universal. If you receive Social Security, SSI, SSDI, or VA benefits, and your information is current, you may qualify without needing to take action. These programs are designed to provide relief, not confusion. The most important takeaway is this: clear information protects your financial security. Knowing what applies to you, what is still being discussed, and what does not apply helps you make confident decisions and avoid unnecessary worry. These programs exist to support you, and understanding them gives you control and peace of mind. Thank you for taking the time to stay informed. Remember, staying calm and informed is one of the strongest tools you have in protecting your future.